Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20. Breaks free of the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40 midfield. 40, 30 to the coast. 20, 15. Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this Hump Day edition. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button. Now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple, but wait. There's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning. Like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, come on, guys. Get with the program. YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, baby, catch up. You got to keep up with the Joneses and them. All right? Download the app. So you got to go wherever you get your apps from. It doesn't matter if it's iTunes or Google Play or Amazon or Walmart or Kmart or 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky's, Macy's, Montgomery Ward, Woolworths, Weebles, Gold Blast. Doesn't matter. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, take us with you on a go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, and not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, and not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew. And I mean a slew of articles thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. Listen, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel right to your television. Put it there right next to Netflix, Apple Plus, Max, HBO Max. You don't really need HBO Max anymore. It's just Hard Knocks is over, but whatever. Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. I love Stars. Final 4-5 episodes of Power Book 2. I'm fired up about it. I like it. But I digress. You can check out Sports Zone Chicago. Put it on the big screen. Shit, we're on the big screen. Mickey, Vicky, now. You can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. You want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at The Shawn Sierra. The Shawn Sierra. You see it at the bottom of the screen. TheShawnSierra. Listen, we have a phenomenal show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or a mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's see. The chat is jumping like crazy. Let's see. Do we get, wow. Do it. No. Okay. Man, let's see. Who we got? Man, Mr. Shorty's early in the house, baby. Top of the morning to you, Mr. Shorty. How you doing? My man, Junior Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. Nice. Oh, I see, Mr. Shorty. You reached out to Glenn. Excellent. If you want positive Bears vibes, I will see you tomorrow night in chat with our guest, Glenn Morgan. Good. Glenn is awesome. That's excellent. Levette Lee, happy hump day, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Shawn Walls in the Mickey Ficky house. What's up on a hump day? And Sox didn't make history last night. No, they did not. So I was just in a thread this morning with Junior and his son. And his son's asking if I'm going to go to the game today because he's going to the game tonight. Excuse me. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I want to give him money. And I get it. They're only $10. Parking's $10. Like hot dogs are $5. Nachos are $5. It's a good deal. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. You know, I'm not sure if I'm going to go. Monica, hey, sweetheart, how are you? She goes, what's up? What up, Theo? How are you, mija? My niece, Monica. See who else is in the house. Excuse me, pardon me. Oh, Snap King Book of World just checked in. Good morning, Papa. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. All right, make sure you like and subscribe. All right. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspect as the show goes on. Junior said there'll be more Cubs fans there tonight than White Sox fans. I don't know about that. A lot of Cub fans. Like, oh, cheap tickets. You know what? There's too many of you people on the south side. I don't know how they need to check your ID cards and stuff. Like there's too many Cub fans on the south side. Far too many. I don't like it. So you need to check your IDs, your driver's license, and you know they have the real ID. It should have real Sox fans and real Cub fans. So you get a blue star if you're a Cub fan, a black star if you're a Sox fan. That's what they should do. All right. And this way they know, like, yeah, there's that was a great idea. Anyway. So I'm debating. I am debating about the game tonight. I didn't want to go last night. It was St. Rita night, and I didn't want. And the only reason I didn't go because the Sox suck. But I mean, the more I think about it, the more of seeing a team lose 121 games, their 121st game. As some people put in the chat, it's history, infamy. All right, if you saw the ouch. I think I was telling Steve Boy, I think I got tendonitis on my shoulder. It's not pretty. It's not fun. I don't like it. It's really weird. I took a whole week off of CrossFit to just kind of let it settle down and stuff like that. So we'll see. We will see. But anyway, I digress. You know, we got a great show for you, and I can't wait to talk about a lot of all the things that we're going to talk about today. And bad news. Oh, you did put that up there. Maybe if I didn't know how to read. This is what the Sox did last night. This is all the Sox did last night. Delayed the inevitable. All right. They're going to be living in infamy for the longest time. Cub fans are going to have a blast talking shit to us for forever. Forever. But I don't care. Cuck the fubs is what I say. You know how I say it, cuck the fubs. But so I don't know. I'm debating. I've seen a lot. I've seen all the teams, all the Chicago teams win championships. Starting with the Bears back in '85, the Bulls, all right, in the '90s, all right, the Sox in '05, the Blackhawks 3-5 should have been 4, but we won't talk about that. Nick Liddy's jersey, the rebound in Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals, shot deflected off his jersey past Crowbird. Otherwise, it would have been 4-6. That would have been dope. And the Cubs in 2016. I've seen even back the Sting back in 1981, 82. Okay, so I've seen all my Chicago. The Sky, I almost forgot about them. How can you forget about them, Shawn? What, 22 when the Sky won it? I've seen all the teams win it, and to be in the house when the Sox set the record for utility. I don't know if I like that. I want to go. It's like a train wreck. Jason joining in. Good morning. Yes, there is hockey tonight at the UC. Yes, I'm definitely going to talk about that. Thank goodness. Thanks for tuning in. So, yeah, so that's what I'm debating. Do I go to the Sox game tonight and watch? Because I don't think that. You know what? Here's what the Sox are going to do. They're going to piss me off. They're going to sweep this 3-game series. Or put it this way. It wouldn't surprise me if they sweep this 3-game series. Okay? So we can't see them lose it at home. Sons of biscuits. And then they'll go, or you know what they'll do? They'll do something really, really petty. They'll win the next 5 games or the last 5 and lose. I said, what? They'll win the next 4 because they can't win yesterday's game because they already won it. They'll win the next 4 games and then lose the last game on the last game of the season, and we won't be here. It won't be here. They will be. Where are they? They'll be in. Let me double check. Oh, they'll be in Detroit. Oh, Jason Benetti can call their last loss. That'd be something. The Sox won't even let their fans. You know what, King Booker World? That would be a great idea. King Booker World said, just get the ticket and don't go. Keep it for history. You know what? If they had paper tickets, I think I might. But, everything's digital. Unless I go to the I'd have to go to the stadium. I'd have to go to the stadium and get a ticket from them. So maybe that's not a bad idea, King Booker World. Who knows? The night the Sox. But I'm telling you, I'll be mad as a mug, man, if I go and spend $10. Well, first of all, if I drive all the way in there, because I don't feel like taking a train in there. I mean, I could, but then I'm at the mercy of the train schedule, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So interesting. King Booker said it would be true Sox to win out the rest of the year. I'd be like, damn it, you guys gave me fucking upright. That's right. That'd be so true. But I don't think they're. It would not surprise me. I highly doubt it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do that to us. So today's the day of September 25th. 2024 should be the day that the White Sox go down in infamy. The Cubs, on the other hand, they're just playing out the season for the rest of the week. They've got nothing. They're gonna be watching the playoffs from home just like we are. There is hockey back tonight, thank goodness. Bulls training camp starts Monday, I want to say. That's to be determined, the times. So Bulls camp is coming up soon, thank goodness. So I have those fall sports. We already got football, obviously, but basketball and hockey are starting really soon, as Jason said. The Hawks training camp started already. Remember, I talked about they named Nick Foligno their 35th captain in team history. They did that the first day of camp. That was last week. There's already hockey tonight. So there's a lot going on tonight. With baseball, with hockey, and yeah. So we won't have, man. So Sunday, wow. That would have been great if the Hawks were playing Sunday, but they're not. Cubs, Sox, the Red Stars, and the Bears are playing Sunday. Anyway, I digress. Man, we got a great show. Like I said, I can't wait to talk some Bears. Can't wait to talk some baseball. Can't wait to talk a little basketball today. We've got a lot to talk about today. Arturas Karnisovas, Billy Donovan were in the house. They were talking earlier today on Chicago Sports Radio. Had some interesting things to say. I want to see how this rotation plays out. All right, they're expecting Lonzo Ball back. What role does he have? What role does he play? So it's going to be interesting to see that. Kobe White, can he take another step forward? Zach LaVine, what's Zach LaVine going to do? All right, everybody's worried about or concerned about that, because don't get me wrong, I still believe they want to trade Zach LaVine. But people are going to want to see him play. He's got a big contract, so he's going to have to play well. So Josh Giddey, Ball, and also, what about the development? We saw the development of Kobe White to this point. What about the development of Ayo? Does Ayo take another step forward? What about the development of Patrick Williams? The development of Patrick Williams. That's one that's really stuck in my craw. Is he hasn't developed. It's his 5th year in the league. Are you kidding me? His 5th year in the league. And granted, he hasn't played in a lot of 2 of the seasons because he was hurt. But I don't give a damn, dude. I need to see him take a step forward. It's 5 years, Papa. It's 5 years. So we'll talk a little more Bulls throughout the show. And obviously Bears talk. I'm loving. You know how I feel. You know where I stood in the Civil War, what side I was on. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. All right, the situation and with Justin, with Jaden Daniels. I know Jaden Daniels wasn't part of the Civil War, but and all these things are going to be compared to Caleb, which they really don't. You can't compare them because they're completely different situations, but you can look at them and say, why are a couple other quarterbacks thriving and ours not? And I don't want to say he's not thriving. Because I think you throw for 360 yards. It's a nice day at the office. Okay. And I know a lot. Sometimes yards can be hollow, depending if you're in a blowout, if you're trailing and trying to get back. But for the most part, most of those yards weren't hollow. I'd say the only hollow yards in that was the end of the first half, the Hail Mary that DJ Moore caught. It was down at the 1. That was a great play by the defensive back, because usually it's easy just to squirm and move forward. You know what I mean? Those are probably the only hollow yards that Caleb Williams had. On the day, it's 44. That's still, if he didn't get it, it still put him at 320 yards on the day. So it's definitely an improvement. I can see that. And we got to get rid of those silly rookie throws. All right, the silly rookie throws that he's making, but he's a rookie, and that's what we have to deal with. So we're going to talk a lot about that. There's a lot to talk about, so make sure that you keep it locked right here. So we're going to go to break real quick. Yeah. Mr. Shorty says, if Caleb hits just 3 of those deep balls, Bears are 3-0 and winning big. People aren't talking shit about them. People aren't talking shit out then. Well, didn't even Caleb. I mean, if Kyler Gordon's able to come up with that interception cleanly, we win game 1. And if we can, if we're in the red zone, one of the things that I'm worried about, where's the jump ball? Where is the jump ball? In the back of the end zone. All right, we got 6'3" receivers with 38, 39-inch verts. And you don't want to toss it up? I know you had to have worked on this in practice, or even not in practice, after practice. But come on, man. Crazy. Cornelius Squall says, did the chat notice how clean Jaden Daniels' pockets were last Sunday? Yes. Yeah. He had time. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we'll get right into top of the morning topics and talk a little more and talk some baseball probably after that. All right? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Armstrong will be the hitter. And that one bunted over the head of the pitcher. Sosa picks it up. Everybody's safe. And PCA with a bunt single. Sure, that'll work. Seiya Suzuki. Line drive, base hit left field. That'll score at least one. Happ on his way to the plate. The throw on a bounce. Safe. Belly 1 for 3.
Phillies have already walked in 2 runs tonight.
Here it is. Chopped towards first, and that's a fair ball. In to score comes Amaya. Swanson on his heels. Suzuki racing for the plate. How do you like that? A little chopper, and it ends up as a triple, and the Cubs add 3, 9-2.
And it's a 4 RBI game for Cody Bellinger. And Bellinger actually thought it was going to go foul, didn't even run out of the box right away.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Marquee Network. Those are your Cubs yesterday, baby. Big win. So you know what? Guys, you know how we do the first segment of every show. It's called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Let's see the first top of the morning topic. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? You know where we're going to go. Since we started with them coming out of break, we'll start with them there. All right. All right, you guys. You guys. The Cubs, yes. The Cubs beat the Phillies yesterday, 10-5. Justin Steele got the start. He got a no decision, went 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 punch outs. Cody Bellinger was 3 for 5. You saw the double or the triple, in the clip coming out of the break. He had his of the year driving in. It was a 4 RBI game for him, driving in his 74th, 5th, 6th, and 77th runs of the season. Hey, Suzuki 2 for 3 with a double, his 27th, 2 RBIs, his 72nd, 73rd of the season. Nico Horner was 3 for 5, driving in 2 RBI, actually a double, his 34th of the season. Staying on the Cubs, the next top of the morning topic, the Cubs are at the Phillies again tonight. First pitch is 5:05 Central Time. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 AM. Probables for tonight. Javier Asada on the bump for the Northsiders. He's 7-5 with a 3.34 ERA. For Sanchez, who's 11-9 with a 3.25 ERA. The next top of the morning topic, the good guys. Yes, baby, yes. The White Sox avoid their 121st loss yesterday by beating – oh, wrong one, silly. The White Sox come back to beat the Angels 3-2 yesterday. Jonathan Cannon, this is – I'm telling you, the pitching staff, the young pitching on this White Sox team is something to look at and keep an eye on. Something to keep an eye on. Jonathan Cannon yesterday, no decision, 6 innings, 3 hits of scoreless baseball. All right. 1 free pass, 7 punch outs. You go, Ramos was 1 for 1. With a double, his 4th, driving in his 7th RBI of the season. Andrew Benintendi was 2 for 4, driving in his 61st RBI of the season. And Lou Bob, our man Lewis Robert, was 1 for 4, driving in his 36th run of the season. And with that win yesterday, the White Sox avoid their 121st loss, which would put them atop of the most infamous record in baseball, which they'll probably get tonight as they look to beat the 62 New York Mets, who had 120 losses. I just don't see this White Sox team It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. There was a point in the season where they had more blown saves than they had wins. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. No, it's around Booker. King Booker Will says White Sox win. Never heard of her. Yeah, she doesn't come around too often. She doesn't come around too often. You know, doesn't come around too often. So, yeah, it's I don't know what we're doing on the South Side. I really don't. I really, really don't. My man Al Rather's in the house. What's up, Papa? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. He said, "What's up, Sierra? Go Cubs." Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll tell you where they can go. They're gonna go sit their ass on the couch right next to us for the playoffs. So, always something with people. The next topic, because this are gonna piss me off. The Bears resume. Here we go. And hopefully he can get going. The Bears resume practice today at Hallis Hall in preparation for Sunday's game against the LA Rams. This is going to be an interesting one. All right, it's going to be an interesting one. The Rams are coming off a big game, a big upset of San Francisco. However, nothing. I mean, it's tough. You think about it, you got a great coach in Sean McVay. I definitely think he's a much better coach than Matt Eberflus at this stage of the game. They're riding high after that win over San Fran. And so I'm wondering if this is going to be tough. They're beatable. Don't get me wrong. They are beatable. The Rams. They are definitely beatable. I just don't know if the Bears can do it. Okay, I don't know. I'm concerned. Okay, and I have concerns, and we'll talk about it more at the top of the hour. But I have concerns with his game management, time management skills. You know, that's a huge issue for me. You know, the challenges, the ill-advised challenges that he's had. The not knowing of whether or not to go for two or not. That should be known. That should be that you got to have a guy. We're in Chicago. We always got a guy, but you got to have a guy, Matt Eberflus, who says in all these situations, who has a chart and says, "Hey, you know, we're going down. If we score, now mind you, it wasn't. They had plenty of time. The way they went down, it wasn't like a huge play, a chunk play. Like, oh my God, let me think about it. What do we do? What do we do? No. Remember, they drove down to score. And in that drive, you need to go up to Coach Eberflus and say, "Hey, Coach, if we score, it says we go for two." You let him know. He knows. He'll inform Waldron. Waldron can relay back to him, "Yes, Coach, I got it." Or that's what I was thinking as well. Whatever. But that's one of the reasons I'm not confident about Sunday. I'm not confident. I had the Bears with a win last week, so they can still finish 6-3 in these first 9 games. But I would really hate for them to be 1-3 and have to win 5 in a row. Because if you saw what Washington was doing, wow. Washington was looking good. Washington was looking really good. So there's going to be an issue for the and this is why. Remember guys, I always told you, everybody says, oh, well, look at this team. Before the season starts, people say, oh, this team's an easy win. And I would say, hey, you never know what teams can do or what they've done in the offseason and how it's going to gel, how quickly it's going to gel. You know, remember we talked about that. And look how quickly the Washington Commanders have gelled. And they're only going to get better. So coming in toward the end of the season, what week is that? Goodness gracious. Coming in the rest of the rest of the season, there's going to be a situation where they're just going to be really, really good. So we got them in week 8. 1, 2, 3. We got the bye, and then we come out of the bye with Washington. My goodness. Whew. So this week's going to be tough. Steve-O says the Bears start out 1-4. Do you think Flushy's gone? I don't think they'll fire in the middle of the season. That means they'll have to lose to Carolina on week 5. If they lose to Carolina, man, because Carolina is all bad. All types of bad. All right, and just in FYI, the Bears host the Rams on Sunday at Soldier Field, September 28th. Kickoff is 12 o'clock our time. You can catch that game on Fox 32 or listen to ESPN 1000. So, King Booker Will says, Shawn, I feel like you do. My confidence is in the defense. The offense still got to prove it. I agree completely. Yeah. I agree completely. I don't know. Cornelius says, King Booker Will, Waldron has to stop being stupid. Yeah. There's a lot of things. We're going to talk about this at the top of the hour. Definitely going to talk about some of the things that I think needs to be done. So this was a last-minute addition to the top of the morning topics, and it's unfortunate. You know, in this game, we have rivals, and you know we really hate certain teams and certain players. You know, for whatever reasons. Maybe because they beat us all the time, or maybe, you know, whatever. And it's understandable. All right. We're loyal to our team, especially when it comes to the Bears. All right. When it comes to our Bears, man, you know, we're very territorial. We hate everybody, especially if you're a Green Bay person. All right. We hate that. we hate them. Hated it. But sad news coming out of the NFL is that, where does that go? Brett Favre, I don't know if you heard yesterday, Brett Favre has announced that he has Parkinson's disease. That sucks. You know, that really, really sucks. And let me tell you, for all the stuff that he's been through, as far as, first, he's a Packer, so we didn't like him because of that. All right. And then, he had the scandal. He was taking welfare money from the Mississippi residents. But you never want to see anyone suffer or go, get diagnosed with that. So my thoughts and prayers go out to him, because it's tough, man. I didn't like him as a Packer because, and for the most part, we had a good run against him. We were good against him back in. It's just that when Rodgers took over is kind of when we really started. But just never want to see anybody. It's unfortunate that he's diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and that sucks. So thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, and fight, man. King Booker was his blessings up to 5. Fight. So, yeah. Back to baseball. Cub fans, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Because you're in the middle of a situation where you just got, I know you're embarrassed. You're frustrated. All right. You figured you'd have a completely different season. All right. You'd have a completely different season. You'd be fighting for the division, fighting for a deep playoff run. And here you're not even going to be in the playoffs. So how frustrating is that to you? Because you have these expectations with the re-signings of Bellinger. Obviously, Dansby Swanson was here. Re-signing of Bellinger, Shota Imanaga. You had a lot of faces that you were counting on, a lot of big names, and it didn't result in a playoff appearance. How do you feel? What's the issue? Why? You have talent. I think Ian Happ had a really good year. All right. Shota had a really good year. Belly was hurt for a little bit, but he didn't live up to his numbers again. I'll tell you what, if I were Bellinger, I'm not even thinking about passing up that option. 30 this year, 30 next year. So you can pick up that $30 million option. If he has a crappy year or a subpar year again, picking up that $20 million option. Because you're not going on the market, Cody Bellinger, and getting $30 million from anybody for next season. So I know a lot of people were blaming, his slow start. He was injured for a while. And Steve-O in the back says injuries hurt a lot early on. Yes, injuries early on hurt a lot. They did. But they could just never get on track after that. Just couldn't do it. And how do you feel? I mean, are you frustrated? How is this a? I mean, I would assume that you would think that this is a lost season, a failure of a season. Okay, because I mean, even wild card, you're thinking playoffs. Many people were talking division. Many people were talking division, winning the division. So I just wonder how you guys are feeling. Because I'll tell you how Sox fans are feeling. Most of us are numb. Some Sox fans are still livid. And you know what would be crazy? There might be a full crowd tonight because they want to see the Sox go down in infamy. Yesterday at the game, they showed on the news, people were yelling. The crowd was chanting, "Sell the team." I thought it was great because anytime that anyone has a sign that says "Sell the team," security is told to go down and take that sign. How are you going to stop the crowd from chanting "Sell the team"? I thought that was great. It's an embarrassment to be the owner of the White Sox to put that product on the field. And then I saw that there was talks of keeping Grady Sizemore as the permanent manager. You've got to be kidding me. And it's nothing against Grady Sizemore, but let me think about. I'd rather go bring in a veteran. And you need a veteran. You don't need a rookie, a first-time manager with this rebuild. You don't. Give me a guy who's won. But here's the question. Who the hell is going to want this job? Who's going to want this job when you got to deal with people like Chris Getz who don't know shit, and you got to deal with Jerry Reinsdorf who meddles in the affairs more so than we believed in the past. Okay, so not only did the article from in the Athletic throw back the curtains or pull back the covers, but also Jake Peavy on a podcast said the same thing, said more indicting information, gave us more indicting information about the craziness in the White Sox organization. So what decent, competent manager, any manager worth his salt, not to mention a good manager, really good manager, is going to want this job? Who's going to want it? I tell you what, if I was a veteran manager, if I had a World Series, nope, I wouldn't want that shit. Nope, not at all. Not at all. So who are you going to get? Oh, guess what it looks like? Another puppet manager. Another first-time guy who can be controlled by the GM who doesn't know shit, who can be controlled by the owner who's not good at evaluating or doing anything as far as. That's what it looks like. Another yes man. King Booker Will says only Ozzy can fix this, but he don't want it, and I don't blame him. Shit, you're damn right. They're far away from this dumpster fire. He loves what he's doing. He loves being the pre and post game. But he's the type of manager that you need. You need a guy who's going to stress the fundamentals, stress the idea, the thought of being a professional, of coming to work every day, of working hard in spring training. But Ozzy's not going to do it. And they're talking about Grady Sizemore because they realize that a whole bunch of other people that they want to interview, one might not even give them the interview. They might say, yeah, screw you. Screw you. or they might turn it down. So this is going to be crazy. I'm anxious to see how, when the season ends, how the search goes. Who are they going to go after? Are they going to go after any competent person? Because any competent person wouldn't even take the interview. Because that's a question you're going to have to ask. Who the hell's calling the shots? Do I get to call the shots for my team? Or are you going to make the shots, call the shots, and overrule anything that I say if it goes against your thoughts or your ideology? Because if I'm undercut and I can't have my way with my team, I don't want this job. Any manager is going to want to have control of his team, lineups, everything. That's a question that's going to have to be asked by any potential candidate. And point blank, ask them up front, hey, who's making a call? Do I get to determine my players or not? Do I get to determine the lineup or not? Is this coming from up top? So it's not a good situation for the White Sox. Not a good situation at all. Matter of fact, it's such a not good situation. I'm probably going to change my hat in this next commercial break because I'm mad now. Because they just pissed me off. Yes, when I was talking about them, they pissed me off. Anyway, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we'll have more sports conversation. We'll finish it up with Bear Talk. So keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
the first possession of the second half. Sweat is coming. Richardson steps up, and he has a wide open man, and he's picked off. Threw it right to Jalen Johnson. Another bad mistake by Anthony Richardson. He now has 6 interceptions in 2.5 games. Williams fakes out Latu and finds the open man for a first down. His career long is 55. He hit from 54 earlier this season. This kick online, does it have the distance? And yes, it does. Richardson to Taylor, incomplete.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of CBS. Those are the Bears down in Naptown. I was down there in Naptown. Man. Oh, man. Another good cup of coffee. I made a great cup of tea in a minute. I got to keep practicing. It's a good cup of tea, but not great. But I digress. Yeah, that was the nonsense going on in Naptown. And, there's a lot of blame to go around. There's a lot of talk, and I'm concerned with it. Again, the sky's not falling, but as I do look at the big picture, right? I look at the big picture. Yeah. The offensive line is crazy. Okay. I'm frustrated with that. I'm very frustrated. And what are you going to do? What do we do? What do we do? Like, there's so many. We showed you the pictures from yesterday, from Sunday. Okay, this. Okay, on 4th and goal, 4 offensive linemen on the ground, and the last one chasing. So what do we do? And people talk about, some people are talking about, oh, there's progress. There is. But for me, all right, when Mr. Shorty, not at times. Mr. Shorty writes, Shelton is a rag doll at times. No, he's a rag doll all the time. I was watching a clip. I wish I knew where it was, because man, we would watch it, but there was a clip where, my goodness, the middle linebacker just runs him over. He goes up, it's an outside zone to the right. Middle linebacker comes, fills, gives him a shoulder, drops him back like 4 or 5 yards. And I think many of you have seen that on social media. And it wasn't a guy that he wasn't supposed to get. It wasn't a guy that blindsided him or, cheap shot at him or just caught. He came, and this guy is just horrible. Horrible. Okay. It was so my thing with Shane Waldron is this. All right. And again, I have to say it again. He's making me look like an ass, like an idiot. And I don't need any help doing that. I can do it all by myself, sir. But again, I was on my soapbox all offseason saying this was the most important acquisition, whether you kept Justin or drafted Caleb. This was the most important acquisition this offseason. And now you're doing this. You're doing this type of nonsense. Okay, I'm looking for an identity. I said it Monday. I'll say it again. I'm looking for an identity. Or do we have one already? we have an identity that is just soft? We are a finesse team. Now, personally, I don't like the lack of, how can you call this? The lack of nastiness. There you go. That's probably the perfect word I could say. I hate the lack of nastiness that we have on this offensive line as a whole. Okay. Granted, we ran the ball 28 times last week or Sunday. But I said it, I believe that you ran the wrong plays, or you ran the plays with the wrong back. You know, you have Roshan Johnson, a couple of outside zones. Come on, stop. DeAndre Swift, we have to really call DeAndre Swift what he is. He's a glorified, excellent third down back. All right, because he's not getting runs, he's not getting the tough yards. And you know what? And people talk about his 1,000-yard season last year. Well, first of all, it's his only 1,000-yard season in the NFL. And two, look at the offensive line he ran behind, the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, which plays with a lot of nastiness. Okay? I don't like this. This falls squarely on the shoulder of Ryan Poles. And when you draft offensive linemen like Mr. Poles, you have to get, they call them road graders. I don't know who came up with that term. That sounds stupid, but I just think it sounds stupid. Road graders. But you got to get some dogs on an offensive line. You got to get some nasty sumbitches on that offensive line. And we don't have that. Who's the guy to set the tone? Who's the leader of that offensive line? I don't know. I don't know who that is. And many people are saying that Poles is picking offensive linemen who remind him of himself, who can be coachable, nice guys. And I get it. But if that's what you're doing, man, that's not exactly what you need. Guys who can move people. You need guys who take pride in moving people, take pride in protecting their quarterback, and who do it with the sense of nastiness that is borderline criminal. Borderline criminal. Because when it comes to our quarterback, I don't want anybody to play around with our quarterback. And I want our offensive linemen to have that same mentality. I want our offensive linemen to say, you are not touching my quarterback. And if you do, you're going to pay. Not go up and get him after he's knocked down. But in their play, make sure that they don't screw up. Make sure that they don't give a free runner, a free shot on our quarterback. And I have a big problem with that. I have a huge problem with that. Black Diamond, check in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Top of the morning to you, sir. Thank you for tuning in. You came in right on time, baby. Right on time. Michelle Wallace says, I don't see the desire with this whole line. No one does. No one does. No one sees Jack spit with this offensive line because they're terrible. Because it's a mindset. It's a mindset. James Ford checking in. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. It's a mindset. And this falls in the lap of Chris Morgan. Right squared in his lap. What kind of leader are you if for first 3 games we haven't seen anyone? Let me tell you, I haven't seen Tevin take a guy and put him in the first row yet this year. So you're expecting to tell me that Tevin just forgot how to play? You heard the warden. I don't in the CrossFit. A little later, but a little late, but so you mean to tell me Tevinjenkins forgot how to play? Where's the nastiness of Tevinjenkins? Where's the nastiness of Darnell Wright? Darnell Wright, remember what I told you last year? I've told you this before. I said the most important coaching is this. When you go up from a level, grammar school to high school to college to pros, the most important coaching is your first year. That's the most important coaching that you can have. Okay? And maybe Darnell Wright was doing all this because of the good coaching he had at Tennessee. Maybe that's why he was doing well last year. And now he's reverting back to just nonsense. Leaning, lunging, shoulders out way out over your knees, missing blocks. On key situations, missing blocks. Like that's where you have to, as an offensive line coach and as a coach, you have to say, hey, on third downs or on key situations, I need you to stick to your fundamentals. I need that. Your quarterback needs that. And then Shane Waldron. I'm looking at this guy and I'm asking you to give us an identity. Force the identity. You have the talent. And I can't wait till Card Blasting Game gets back. And this is what I don't understand. Why you don't use him. You have him, use him. And he's a weapon. He's a good blocking fullback, leads the way, but can also get out in the flat, catch a pass, turn it upfield. He was a running back. He's got running back moves. He's got above average speed for a fullback. He's not easy to bring down. So use your talent. Use the talent around you. I said it earlier. Where the hell are the God-blessed jump balls in the red zone? Where are they? I got Roma Dunze, 6'3", with a 38-inch vert. You don't want to use him. He only did that in college. And it's frustrating because you see what can be done. That's the frustrating part. You see what can be done. Here, look at Roma Dunze. Roma Dunze, I'm sorry, 39-inch vertical. So you mean to tell me that you can't find a way to get a 6'3", 212-pound wide receiver with a 4.4, 5.40 and a 39-inch vertical, you can't get him the ball. You can't isolate him one-on-one on the goal line. Sometimes it is that simple. Football is not a complicated game. People want to make it complicated. People want to think they're the smartest guys in the room. Why the hell, when people come here, do offensive coordinators think they have to be the smartest guy in the room instead of doing what's there for you? Sean Wallace says if the fullback gets healthy, I don't trust Waldron to use them. You're right, I don't either. Black Diamond in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know if I said hello to you already, but if I did, then you get it twice. If not, good morning. But you have these options. And you ran 80-something plays last week. So don't tell me that you couldn't get it in because you ran 35 plays. You ran like 80 plays. So what are you doing? Besides making me look bad after vouching for you all off season. Dropping back 56 times. I know he was sacked 4 times, I want to say. But having Caleb throw the ball 50-plus times is not a recipe for success. It's not. Not one I want to see again. He doesn't need to be throwing the ball over 35 times. Should be in a 25 to 30 range right about now. This is, again, why I ask, is there a disconnect between Shane Waldron and Chris Morgan? Who is your running game coordinator? Who was the running game coordinator last year? Bring that joker back. Why are we not using Khalil Herbert? I don't understand. He's in the doghouse. He slept with the wrong person. I don't know what's the deal. Why is Khalil Herbert not getting more tick? He's our best zone runner, outside zone runner. He's our best one. We're watching the game, and DeAndre Swift doesn't hit that cutback repeatedly. Talking to Damani Pugh, I'm sorry, Lucky Lefty from the Smoke Fellows. We're down in Indianapolis. We're watching like he missed that cutback. He missed it again. And sometimes you need to cut back twice, and he didn't cut back the second time a couple times. Like, what are you doing? If you're an outside zone runner, you understand that cutback is a huge part of your game, of your repertoire, of your style. If you're an outside zone runner, you understand the cutback is huge for you. So why you're not looking for it, I don't understand. Steve-O said that was his problem on Hard Knocks when he was in Detroit. Well, that's still his problem here. In chat, Chad Morton, that's who the running back coach is. Johnny Morton's brother, Chad Morton. Got him. You better get on him. And if he doesn't, then you better get Khalil Herbert in. Because we have film work. We have film of Khalil Herbert cutting back. We have film of Khalil Herbert really doing damage in an outside zone. We have film of that. The run coordinator is not getting it done. So my question is, you're the run game coordinator. Okay, why the personnel miscues? Why not Roschon Johnson? If Roschon Johnson is getting 4 or 5 yards a pop, keep that son of a biscuit in. Keep him in. Keep him in. I'm not putting Roshan Johnson in Canton. I'm not giving him a gold jacket by any stretch, but I'm saying the dude likes to run hard. He can run between the tackles. Come downhill. If you're not able to establish the run game with an outside zone scheme, no problem. Come downhill with a power scheme. And I said it on Monday. Why didn't you attack the person who was replacing DeForest Buckner? Why didn't you attack him? Why didn't you attack him? You know, it's the attitude that I'm not seeing from not hell with the players, from the coaching staff. They are a reflection of you. If you allow them to be soft as shit, as baby shit, then guess what? They're going to be soft as baby shit. And that's what you're doing, Chris Morgan. That's what you're doing. Because I don't see the intensity that Tevin had the first couple of years in the league. I don't. And of all people, I thought that dude would be the one to really set the tone and be the leader for this team. So what's and Coach Eberflus, what I tell you on Monday, shit rolls downhill. You better put your foot in the ass of your offensive coordinator and your run game coordinator. Shane, this kid is not throwing the ball 50 plus times a game. And if it gets to 40, we'll run the rest of the game. A run game coordinator / offensive line coach. Get your boys moving. Get your boys working. Because I don't know, you tell me an offensive lineman, you show me an offensive lineman who would rather pass block than run block. There aren't very many, if any at all. Offensive linemen want to move people. They want to impose their will on people. They want to beat you by attrition. They want to win by attrition and just wear you down and wear you down and wear you down. And for them to not do that, I don't get it. Where's DJ Moore? Why aren't you getting him involved more often? You know, DJ Moore is a stud. You gave him $110 million for a reason. Look for him. Keenan Allen, when are you coming back? Because Keenan Allen talked, he's like, yeah, I'd love to stay there. What are you doing for us? What are you doing for us? Don't give me no coaching on the sideline bullshit. I don't want to hear it. Like, you got $23 million. You already got a $5 million bonus before the season started. You got a $5 million roster bonus before the season started from the Bears. And they're giving you 18 this year for the season. What are you doing for us? Get your ass healthy. And we need you out there as soon as you can. But this offense is a cluster mess, man. It really is. And it starts up front. And that falls squarely in the lap of the offensive line coach / run game coordinator. Because it seems like you've taken the tenacity and the violence out of Tevinjenkins and the other linemen. And the fundamentals. It seems like that's what's happening. Hell, we've seen that's what happened. Not seems. We've seen. Remember last year, I'd be like, man, look at Tevin. Like, come on, Tevin, don't put him in the first row. Just leave him dump on the sideline. Now it's just like, Tevin, make a block. So what are you going to do? What are we going to do with the Rams? I don't think we don't have any advantage in the coaching area. I think Sean McVay is a much better coach, especially offensively, than Coach Eberflus is a defensive coach. You're coming off a win against the San Francisco 49ers. And you're riding high. Coming here. So what can we expect? What can we expect? Because I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if the Bears are gonna be ready, but they better find something. They better find something because this is a team that's coming in ready, riding high off a big win over the 49ers, off a division foe. They ready to look at you as, I know teams have to look at you as like, yeah. And I'm not saying they're going to overlook you. No. I'm not saying that at all. Trust me. They're not gonna. Other teams aren't that stupid. Their coaching staff aren't that dumb. You know, I'm looking at this, at the stuff on the goal line. And to me, the refusal to use Roschon Johnson is criminal. That's a fireable offense. It's a fireable offense. Why the hell are you not using Roschon Johnson when he's your best power back? Why? Why would you want why would you want a defense going laterally and not gaining ground as opposed to trying to just bust through? Because it's a mindset. It's a mindset that I don't think Shane Waldron has. Okay? It's getting cold. Right now it's 68 degrees. It was 57 degrees this morning when I went to go get my newspaper. Had to put on sweats. I threw this on, my Sports Zone Chicago pullover, and a baseball hat. It's going to get cold in Chicago soon. You're not going to be able to throw the ball 50 times. Hell, you wouldn't even want to throw it 35 times. You need to establish the run. Did you not understand? Did you not know? You played here. You've coached here before, Shane Waldron. Would you not make sure that that is the most paramount thing, that you have the run game solidified? You can develop Caleb after, but have the run game solidified, because if the run game isn't solidified and Caleb takes longer to develop than you want, guess what? You got nothing. You got nothing. You got the bookkeeper. You got nothing. The most important thing that Shane Waldron had to do was establish that run game, and as the offensive line coach / run game coordinator, he's failing at both. Because you want to protect Caleb, right? Well, it doesn't look, sure as heck doesn't look like it. King Booker World, you got nothing. Obviously, someone is a fan like me of the Untouchables. Excuse me. $68 rushing yards on 28 attempts. This is according to Mark Potash in of the Sun Times. The Colts defense had allowed 15 rushing plays of 10 or more yards coming into the game. 15 plays of 10 or more yards rushing. The most in the first two games in the season in the NFL since 2008, the Lions, who are on their way to 0-16. The Bears, none. Bears going in after that game got no runs of 10 yards or more. Colts team had allowed 261 rushing yards and 51 attempts against the Packers last week. So you knew that was going to be a point of emphasis. So then you need to figure out how you're going to figure out how they're going to want to attack it. Probably stack the box. And then you have to figure out a way to exploit it. So and then people are talking about my man Justin Fields. He's 3-0. What is Justin Fields not doing? He's not turning the ball over. He's not turning the ball over. Okay? There was coached. You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Then the lady on on Fox said it on sports, Chicago Sports Night or Chicago Sports Day, Sports Sunday, whatever. She yelled it out in the middle. She goes, "Yeah, coaching matters." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." So look at Justin. He's being extremely efficient. You're using him to the best of his ability. At this point, as he gets more comfortable, you're probably going to see that offense open up a little more. He's completing 73% of his passes right now, and he has a career best 95.3 passer rating in Pittsburgh. He has a career low 1.2% interception rate, a career low 7.4% sack rate, and a career best 129.6 passer rating in the fourth quarter. Remember how everyone was calling last year, look at the fourth quarter numbers. Look at the fourth quarter numbers. Well, first of all, we were behind a lot, which means we had to throw. Secondly, the offense, he had no one to throw to except finally till last year. And you're wondering, so immediately he's become more efficient? How does that happen? Coaching. All right. Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, is maximizing his talents. I'm telling you, watch. He's going to have a couple of really nice games. Right now, they're winning with Justin Fields. They're going to win because of him. And right now, there's no need to have regret. You did what you did. You took Caleb. I'll put him in the right position. Establish the run game. Keep the pocket clean. The one pass to Odunze to the left, where he caught it, took 2 steps as he was going right out of bounds and caught it. Beautiful. Nice pocket. The pocket formed perfectly. Had a chance to step in the throw. Caleb did. Hit him in stride, out of bounds for, 20-something yards, 30 yards, whatever it was. I don't remember that the amount he gained on that play. But if Caleb can do that, then with a clean pocket, here's an idea. Here's a crazy idea. Keep giving him clean pockets. Do what you have to do to give him clean pockets. So, and then his defense is doing their thing. Defense is doing their thing. Interception, sacks. Ain't it funny how everyone that was ready to run him out of town is now jocking him? Justin Fields, yeah. Yeah. And remember how adamant I was? Keep them. Coaching matters. This is the thing from last year. Coaching matters. That was the thing from last year. Coaching matters. Then we said Justin this, Justin that. Justin can't read defenses. He can't do that. No, he can. And I've shown you on tape where he can. But people get just because the masses say it doesn't mean it's right. Or doesn't mean it's true. That's the thing. When people come up to me and say, well, he can't read defenses, my question to them was, can you read defenses? Can you read defenses to know that he can't? And then you got people who have an agenda and say he can't read defenses. I'm like, how do you know? Because we've seen plenty of things, plenty of documented footage of him reading coverages, hitting the right man. But he's got a better situation, and it's a situation where we're gonna ruin this kid too, Caleb Williams. Why? For whatever reason, we can't seem to develop quarterbacks. I don't know. I'm telling you, there's something is not in sync with Shane Waldron and Chris Morgan. I'm telling you. Aunt Moss checking in. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Aunt Moss says, bipolar fans, LOL. You ain't lying. So this has got to stop. Offensively. Like Shane, this is the thing it's really frustrating to me. Shane, you're an experienced play caller in the NFL. Why? And again, I'll give him one more week. Excuse me. I'll give him one more week before I go crazy. Before I lose and get off and have a get off my lawn Shawn rant. You got another week. Let's see if you can. I don't even want to say outduel, because that's an unfair advantage to you. Or unfair, it's a disadvantage to you to go duel Sean McVay. But let's see if you can go toe-to-toe with Sean McVay with play calling. Let's see if you can run the ball. Let's see if you can establish the run. Let's see if you can dominate the line of scrimmage. Let's see if you can get the God-blessed right running backs for the right type of scheme. Khalil Herbert and DeAndre Swift on outside zones, on downhill power schemes, Roschon Johnson or Khalil Herbert. Roschon Johnson first. Because if you don't get that down, it's going to be a long year. It's going to be a long year. And man, you're going to make me look foolish. I don't need any help making myself look foolish. I can do that all by my damn self. Okay? So now, the question has to be, what if the Bears don't get it right? What if they don't hit double digits? Because you're coming into a situation where you're in a schedule where you be taking every game serious. All right? I didn't count the Colts game as a loss. I did the Texans. I had the Rams as a possible loss. Here's what they got to make it up. They have to beat the Rams to keep on that track. Carolina, if they lose to Carolina, just drive away from the stadium and don't come back, Coach Flus. Jacksonville still winless. Then you got to bye. Then you got 3 teams. Well, Washington looked really good last night. Or Monday, that's for sure. Looked really good. Cardinals, maybe Marvin Harrison starting starting to play to his ability. I don't know. And the Patriots. This is their schedule. If you beat the Rams, we're back on track. If you beat the Rams, you should win the next 2 games, the Panthers and the Jaguars. Four and 2, I'm good with. I am good with 4 and 2. 3 and 3, not so good with. Because I know we got the Commanders coming out of the bye, and that's on the road. But that's our schedule. Let me see some. I gotta look in to see who line, who we got to worry about. You know what? I'm gonna get a guest for Friday. So we could talk about what the Rams have and what we need to be concerned with. That's what I'm gonna get a guest for Friday. I know who to reach out to. What are we saying, people? Black Diamond says, get ready. Shawn, nuclear meltdown, T-minus 5 days. Rams 27-10. DC. Shawn, I'm with you, bro. Waldron has 1 more week before I get angry. And you won't like me when I get angry. King Book of World, how come Trevor Lawrence doesn't get the venom that JF1 gets? You know, the number 1 pick that is mediocre. Because Jacksonville's a small-ass market. And Trevor Lawrence is officially crappy. He's not a big market. Jacksonville fans, they just started watching football like last week. They're an expansion team. They don't. Remember Trevor Lawrence was generational? Can't miss product. Remember that? This is why we told you. The smart people told you. This is why we told you. Don't worry about that word generational. It gets thrown around too much. Caleb, generational. Trevor Lawrence, generational. Yeah, watch it. But you're right. Trevor Lawrence isn't getting that smoke that he should be getting. You're right. You're right. But again, you're in Jacksonville. Should be told, no one cares about Jacksonville. Like, be honest. You know what I mean? I mean, let's keep it a buck. No one gives a damn about Jacksonville. People are calling for Doug Peterson to be fired. I thought Peterson would do well with Trevor Lawrence. Book of World, they can't claim he's elite anymore because you have a quarterback guru, a guy who won a Super Bowl with good quarterback play. Ant Moss, thank you very much. He said, I'm still being patient that the O-line needs more time to build chemistry, which they should have been building in the preseason. Yes, they should have. Remember me telling you? Why are you not playing the Hall of Fame game? Oh, it's too crazy. No way. No way. No. Why didn't they play in the 4th game? I think they should have played a half. Oh, no. This is for the bottom of the roster. This is it. Okay. You just shunned the gift that the NFL gave you. That was the extra week. And Mouse, we got to be patient because the O-line does need more time. And luckily, you got 28 runs on film from Sunday. Got 28 runs. It should be 38 runs. Every time I see them drop back, I'm like, God bless, not another one. And don't get me wrong, I liked when he had those 10-yard completions, but God bless it. I don't know if he's ready to. I don't know if he's ready to take the weight of this franchise on his shoulders yet. It's a lot. It's a lot. King of Bagua, you're silly. Because I was going to go Bane until week 8. After that, if it's still shit broke backs. He said not the diddler kind of broke backs. Oh man. I think there's a way to get it done. But there needs to be a culture shift now. Practice should be starting any moment. All right, or shortly after. We had a little whistle there. That was crazy. This is why I believe it's extremely important that you have an independent auditor, analyst. This is why I believe it's extremely important that you have an analyst, okay, who's not affiliated with the team, okay, and gives you an unbiased assessment week in and week out. I need an unbiased assessment week in and week out and a quarterly assessment. So after the first 4 games, you want to do 5 because, that's whatever. And then 4-4-4, 4. But someone, and then a mid-season, after week, 8 or 9, you want to do it? That's fine. Assessment, then a third quarter assessment, and then a postseason assessment. This is why you need someone on your team like that. Say, hey, this isn't working. This isn't working. This needs to be done. Now, if I do it, that's up to you. He doesn't make the changes. He gives you the information. I'm saying that you've run, and here's where your analytics and data come in. You're nerds. 37% of the time, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. I'll look into it. Or 42% of the time you were in this formation and it worked. Okay, well maybe I'll consider that more. But you need a guy who's charting exactly what you're doing, what's working, and more importantly, what's not working. Give that information to coach. Give that information to the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, who's still the coach. And then step back. Here's my assessment. Here are the numbers. Here are the tendencies. You decide from there. Phil Snow. Remember last year, Phil Snow was a defensive assistant that was helping Coach Eberflus. I don't know if he was doing that. I know he was prepping for the upcoming week. That was one of the things that he was doing. And it worked out very well for them. Worked out very well. Is Phil Snow still around? Is there anybody else who can fill that role on offense and defense? Because they need an independent, unbiased, extremely intelligent view of what's going on. Because they don't have it right now. They don't have it. And this defense, I'm looking forward to them to getting after Matthew Stafford. You're going to have to. But hell, they protect him well. Puka. Is Puka still out? Puka Puganua. We get the, let me see. I know one of my guys always posts these, so I'm going to look and see if he posted this. No, he didn't post it yet. I was looking for injury report. I was looking for the injury report. He usually posts the injury report. He didn't get to it yet. Okay. So I want to see who's out for Indy. I need to see who we can attack. I need to see where we're going to focus our strikes. The defense has done a great job to this point. A couple of big runs here and there, like the Jonathan Taylor run. First of all, that was a beautiful run. Beautiful run. Beautiful run. And I was like, shit. And when I saw it, when he hit the goal, I'm like, he's going to cut right. I said, don't cut right. Don't cut right. Makes that jump cut right. I'm like, damn it, he's gone. And sure enough, for that 29-yard touchdown run. Guy's a great running back. But here's the thing. Why is it that other teams' offensive line can get a hat on a hat? Why is it that? They can get a hat on a hat, and we can't. And I get it. They're going 5 people on defense. That makes it easier. Most of the time, they'll be right in front of you. But it just seems like they're able to get a hat on our guys, and with 4, but we can't block their 4. And don't get me wrong, I know they throw in 5 a lot, but still 5. You can't pick up 5 men. There's 5 offensive linemen. You can't pick up 5 blitzers or defenders. Doesn't make sense to me. Coaching. And these are things that are high schoolish. These are things that should not be an issue at this level. You know, I just think that there's a lot of dysfunction up there at Hallis Hall. I think they need to figure that out quickly. Get the pecking order in order, get it set. And some people are going to need to answer some hard questions. Why are we not running? Why are you throwing an option on 4th down? Why are we going side to side on the goal line? We need 1 yard forward, not 7 yards to the side. 3rd and 1. We need an identity set for this team. We need an identity established. Come on now. Does Eberflus, does he come down on his offensive coordinator? I hope he does, just not in the public, not in the media. I hope he rips him a new one at Hallis, saying, dude, what the hell are you doing? But what are you doing? Why the hell are you running an option? Well, you know, I need accountability. We need, as Bear fans, accountability for the bullshit that we see on Sundays. And the sad part is that everybody doesn't have the same level of football of knowledge and experience. But majority of the people are saying the same thing. No identity. We're not running the ball. Why the hell is Caleb throwing the ball 50-plus times a game? and the offensive line sucks. Those are the 4 things that people are saying. Everyone is saying. Everyone is saying. So do you think, are you too arrogant to look at those things? Do you think you're the smartest man in the room? Like your predecessors? Because that shit needs to stop. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Don't worry. Flavor Vision ain't blurry. But this is when I wonder what's going on at Hallis Hall. You got 1 more week, Shane Waldron. And as far as Caleb throwing for 300 yards, 1, you got weapons. 2, what did we tell you? Find a tight end. How many times have people in this chat, how many times have I said, find a God-blessed tight end? 10 catches for 100 yards, for 97 yards. Dunze had 112 with 6 catches for 112, give or take. And a tutty. Like, there's so many things that need to be worked on, and it's all little shit. Remember, I told you, if you take care of the little things, there are no big things. And you're not paying attention to detail, and that's the frustrating part. Because I've been part of championship teams as a player. I've been part of championship team as coaches. And every single time, the little things were always taken care of. Every single team that was a championship team that I was a part of, the little things were taken care of. But for whatever reason, it's not being done here. And it's frustrating. And that falls on Matt Eberflus. Falls on him. Your organizational skills are being called into question. Your game management skills are being called into question. And rightfully so. What's with these dumbass challenges? That process, we have a great process. Well, that process has to be looked at because it's not so great. It's not so great. So moving forward, we don't make dumb mistakes, dumb challenges, and lose timeouts, which we could use or may need later in the quarter or in the half or at the end of the game. So I hope they're doing an introspective review of themselves, self-scouting, so is what it's called, and they make some changes. Otherwise, you're going to lose 3 in a row to the Rams, and this will be at home. Caleb shouldn't need 52 pass attempts for 300 yards. The only reason Caleb should be throwing the ball 52 times is if the Bears are down and you have to throw the ball, or it's a shootout. Then I got no problem with it. I don't expect shootouts because our defense is too damn good. Our defense is too damn good. And here's another question. Why? Everybody, you drafted the punter, Torrey Taylor, in the 4th round. Why would you have Carlos Santos attempt a 56-yarder when it's out of his range, when you could punt, pin him deep, and have your defense take over? You raved about this guy as a weapon. Use him as a weapon. Use him as a weapon. Let him pin him inside the 10. Or definitely, for sure, inside the 20. But you get him inside the 10, inside the 5. Man, do you know how much leverage you have? You know how many games you can play? You know how many bad things can happen to an offense when you're coming out of your own end zone? This is why I'm questioning Matt Eberflus more and more. And I get it. You're a rookie head coach when we got you. Year number 3 now for you. You're not a rookie head coach anymore. These things need to be ironed out. I gave you the benefit of the doubt, and I told everyone to give you the benefit of the doubt because you were a rookie when we got you. They tore down your defense. You had no defense at all. And they slowly started building it back up last year. Finally added Montez Sweat. Still not complete, but they built it up last year. But now it's year 3. Come on, man. Now it's year 3. Those organizational things shouldn't be happening. So I call him into question. And I was a big Eberflus fan. A little corny, but I was a fan. Didn't matter. The message was getting through, in my opinion. With the hits principles and thing. But now I'm not a fan. I am losing more and more confidence in him is what I'm doing. Listen, guys, 2 hours is coming and gone. I want to thank you guys for jumping and keeping the chat going. The chat was live today. I loved it. I appreciate the love and the support. All right. I got to go pick up the warden from CrossFit. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Guys, have a phenomenal day. It's a little cooler out there. I love it. I love the cool weather. Don't get me wrong, I love the summer. Summer's my favorite, but I love the cool weather also. You can wear jeans, nice little sweater, pullovers. You're good. All right. Make sure you spend time with your loved ones, family, friends, loved ones. Shoot a text. All right. The finality of death is powerful. All right. Guys, have a phenomenal day. This will be rebroadcast today at 6 p.m. All right. So you can, if you missed any part of it or you wanted to check any other part of it out again, feel free to at 6 o'clock. We'll have that for you. So for everybody here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. I'm heading to go get the warden. I am out.